Hi, everyone, and welcome to the preview show delivered by FedEx. I'm Marty Snider from NBC Sports. This is Chris Rice from Colleague Racing, also right here at NASCAR.com. A week off, y'all rested and refreshed after the Easter weekend?
I'm so refreshed, but I'm ready to go to Martinsville because that's our home racetrack.
Yes, it is, and I know you love the racing at Martinsville as well. But let's go back to the West Coast swing first, and we had 3 weeks of racing out on the West Coast. What did you take away from that? What did you learn that you can really apply to the rest of 2016?
That you cannot compare what goes on in practice. You never know who's going to win. Kevin Harvick said it best. Get your car driving good, and it'll show up come race time. And man, has he been fast. He should have won California, I feel. Late race caution cost him the race. Then he does win Phoenix, but Jimmie Johnson has impressed me the most. How great that team really is and how great Jimmie Johnson is.
So you say the 48. I would say the 4 cars impressed me the most. You mentioned the almost win at Fontana. They've had an excellent season, and you could argue that they're starting out better this year than they did even last year.
I believe you're a little bit right, but I still like Jimmie Johnson.
Well, so because you're this true believer in Jimmie Johnson and his success this year, does he win the 7th championship this year?
Well, I am a believer in him, but no, I do not think Jimmie Johnson wins his 7th championship.
Really?
And the only reason why, you got Kevin Harvick that's so good right there at the end of the year. You got Denny Hamlin that's always good at the end of the year. And remember, Denny Hamlin's already in it, and Kevin Harvick's already in the chase.
I know it's just almost April right now, but believe me, that question's going to come up a lot this year. Will Jimmie win his 7th championship? All right, now I've talked to a couple of crew chiefs, a number of them as a matter of fact. I sense a little concern among the crew chiefs that they spent so much time trying to make this low downforce package work at the intermediate racetracks. They've kind of forgotten about their short track program, and they're heading to Martinsville this weekend. And they apply a little bit. They learned a little bit at Phoenix, but our team's really a little bit worried because they have not really paid attention to the short track program this year.
Absolutely, and I'm going to tell you, the computers can't tell them how much a car is going to change at 90 mile an hour, 190 mile an hour. The only thing changes is the driver saying, hey, this is what changes it. But watch my hands. They're not going to be able to turn when they get down to the middle of the corner at Martinsville because they don't have the front downforce that they did have. Even though they're only running 55, 60 miles an hour, they still need it. So they're really worried on how they're going to get their car to turn and still have the forward drive that they need off the corner.
So that downforce even matters when you're going that slow.
Absolutely. 25 miles an hour, I want as much downforce as I can get.
All right, Martinsville's always a tough place, but especially tough on the young guys. We've talked about how impressive Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, and these rookies have been. But how tough, is it the toughest racetrack for a rookie to go to?
Absolutely. And the reason why, it's a lot of braking and it's a lot of laps. Let's think about it. You use one foot in your car, you right foot brake, or the drivers use left foot brake. So it's a lot of braking, and they really don't know how to prepare for that as a rookie. After a couple races, they figure out how to prepare for it. But you know what? Chase Elliott is a short track racer, so is Ryan Blaney. So they know how to race the short tracks. They just don't know how to race the Sprint Cup cars there yet. So it's going to be really tough on them. Look at Kyle Larson. I still look at Kyle Larson. Still doesn't have it down.
And he's going to get in the Truck Series race this weekend to help him for the Cup side at Martinsville. So obviously a very tough racetrack to get a hold of. Jeff Gordon now out of the mix. So when we came to Martinsville in the past, we always had to talk about Jeff Gordon, Jimmie Johnson, and Denny Hamlin. So is it just now a show between Jimmie Johnson and Denny Hamlin?
No, absolutely not. Everybody listen up. Junior Nation, listen up. Don't forget about Dale Earnhardt Jr. Always there at the end of the race. He's always good at Martinsville, and he will be really, really good this weekend. Trust me.
All right, who are you putting on your NASCAR Fantasy Live roster this weekend?
The 88. Go ahead and pick him. I'm taking the 88. The 88 car shows up, and he's contending for the win at Martinsville. I'm taking the 88.
You know who snuck up to be a good pick at Martinsville lately is Jamie McMurray. I mean, finished second in the fall race there, but his crew chief, Matt McCall, is an old late model racer. Jamie told me he challenges Jamie at Martinsville. That he says, hey, you gotta be better, and here's how you can be better.
And I can believe that, but I still can't believe he didn't pick the 11.
I didn't pick Jamie. I just was saying he's a good pick. Oh. I'm going to go with Denny Hamlin for my pick on my NASCAR Fantasy Live roster because Denny's just so good at this racetrack. And I think, yes, okay, the front downforce does apply this weekend, but you know what? The old school principles still work at Martinsville. I'm going to go with Denny Hamlin this weekend. Neither one of us picked Jimmie Johnson, which is a shock to me, by the way.
He needs to take a little bit of a break. He's won so much. He's Superman. He needs to take a break.
Exactly right. Make sure you keep it parked right here on NASCAR.com. All weekend long live leaderboards, in-car audio from the race at Martinsville, and all the news updates you want heading into the race as well. Next week, we head to the great state of Texas for a Saturday night race. But in the meantime, enjoy the Martinsville weekend, everyone. We'll see you back here next week.